looking to create a digital product but you don't know where to begin? Do you have all these creative ideas but you're stuck on how to turn them into a digital product? If you're ready to finally get out of your head and start creating digital products to sell online, this video is for you. Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I'm Adina and I create content tools and resources for career-driven millennials and upcoming entrepreneurs to get the money they need to build the lives that they want. Here on my YouTube channel, I share my journey to financial freedom and an overall happier and more well-balanced life. So if you're interested in content like that, please stay tuned. Today's video is all about how to create and sell digital products. I am excited because I'm very new to this process, but I have a few digital products of my own, and I wanted to kind of share my journey with you and share what I'm learning about creating digital products. So digital products are a great way to make money online. There's tons of people doing it and you can too. Don't think that it's oversaturated or that, there's no space for you. There's definitely a space for new digital products, and they're a great source of passive income once you get the hang of how to do it. So like I said, I'm really new to creating digital products, but I have a few digital products of my own. And my digital products are all about productivity, financial freedom, and now I'm creating digital products about entrepreneurship. So let's get right into how to start creating your own digital products. So first we're going to talk about how to create digital products, and then we're going to talk a little bit about how to get them online so that you can sell them. So the very first thing that you want to do when you are thinking about creating a digital product is to identify your target audience. You want to identify your target audience. That's before you get into the creative process, before you start thinking, oh, I want to sell this or I want to sell that. The first thing you need to do is identify who you are selling to. You want to identify who you are selling to. And this comes in two parts, right? So there's two different sets of information that you kind of want to have about your target audience. The first set of information you want to have is going to be their demographic. You're going to want to know the statistics behind who they are as a person. What's their ethnicity? Where are they from? How much money do they make? What do they do? What's their marital status? These things are important. They may not seem important to you in creating your digital product just yet, but they are very important to the process because this is how you get to know your audience. This is how you get to know what their likes and what their interests are. Well, we'll get to that in a minute. But these things are going to reflect in their buyer psychology, right? Like how they think and what they choose to spend their money on. So the second part of getting to know your target audience is their psychographic. And their psychographic is more about their likes and their interests and the way that they think. So these are two sets of things that you're going to want to know about your target audience. You're going to want to know their demographic and you're going to want to know their psychographic. And there's different ways that you can do research to figure out this kind of information, but you're going to need to know that before you start thinking about creating your digital product. The next thing that you want to do, and this is very, very, very important. I know so from my experience, when I started creating digital products or coming up with my ideas for my digital products, I had so many different ideas about things that I thought would be cool to create and cool to write products about, and that would be interesting to me, which is not bad. It's not bad to think like what would be interesting to me, but you have to do this second step if you want to be profitable. If you want to be profitable when you're creating your digital products, you want to create products that sell, you have to come up with what's called a profitable problem, right? You have to identify a profitable problem. So what do I mean by that? Your target audience has a slew of different problems and things and pain points in their life that you have to know about if you want to create digital products. You have to get into the practice of actually looking and surveying your audience or surveying other people's audiences and figuring out what are their pain points, what are things that they are complaining about, what are problems that they have that you can help solve. So start to think, what are some ways that I can solve my audience's problems? But first, you want to identify a problem that is prevalent in their lives and that is urgent and that is a profitable problem. Meaning, what is a problem that they are actively spending money on trying to solve, right? So that's step number 2. Identify a problem that they are actively trying to solve and they are spending money to do so. Let's say, for example, they want to be more productive, right? So let's say your target audience wants to be more productive and they are looking for planners to help them become more productive in their lives, and they are spending 40, 50, maybe even 20 something dollars on planners all the time to try to be more productive, right? What you need to do is create something that is either similar to a planner or better than a planner that's going to help them be more productive. So think about it like that. They are spending money on the problem, and that's the kind of problem that you want to solve. Something that they're spending money on. The next step, tip number 3, or the next step to creating your digital product, is to come up with your product structure. So like we said, if your audience wants to be more productive and they're spending money on planners to try to make their lives more organized so that they can be more productive, you want to either create a planner or you could create a digital planner depending on what your target audience is complaining about, right? You want to start to think about, what are they complaining about when it comes to the products and services that are already out there that they are seeking to solve their problem, their profitable problem. So come up with your product structure. And by product structure, I also mean the format of your product, right? So come up with your product structure. What's it going to take? How is it going to take form? It can be an audio, it could be a video, it could be a video series, it could be a masterclass, a webinar, a course, it could be an ebook, it could be something digital, it could be a PDF. Well, PDF is like an ebook, but come up with how you are going to structure your product, and that's going to really be based on how your audience is kind of consuming content to solve, in an effort to solve their problem, right? Maybe your audience is reading books to solve their problem and you want to write a book. Maybe they're on YouTube watching videos. You can create a video series. Maybe they are searching for classes. You want to create an online course. So figure out the structure of your digital product based on what your audience is doing to solve their problem. And just a side note, if your audience is not doing anything to solve their problem, or they're not actively seeking a solution, this is not a profitable problem, and you want to start to look for something else that you can work on or work towards solving. The next step in creating your digital product is to come up with what's called your unique selling proposition. Now, your unique selling proposition is going to be the thing that differentiates you from the competition. What makes you stand out? What makes your product the most valuable on the market? What makes your product different from what's already out there, right? You want to have a clear understanding of how you're different than what's already out there, or there's really not going to be a reason for you to be creating this product, right? Or there's really not going to be a reason for someone to buy your product over what's already out there. I know this can be the hard part, right? Figuring out how you're unique, how you are different from what's already out there, because there's so much other stuff out there already. It can be a little bit intimidating, I know. But you can come up with something that makes you different, and this is going to be what really makes you stand out and what gets people to buy your product over other people's. And the last and final step to creating your digital product is going to be, this is kind of the fun part in my opinion, but it's to come up with a catchy name. So to come up with a catchy name, after you've already figured out your product structure, after you've already identified your target audience, who you're selling to, identify their profitable problem, identify how you can solve their profitable problem, you are going to come up with a fun and catchy name for your product. Now, this can include some alliteration, right? Like I'm working on a course and I'm calling it the consistency course, right? Something like that. You can create a catchy name, but don't forget your name has to include some keywords or the language that your audience is using to describe their problem, right? That's what's really going to help you to sell this product. You want to catch people's attention with the name, and you do that by identifying how they are talking about their problem and using that in not only your name, but in your marketing and in your sales page and things like that. And we'll get to that in a little second. But you want to create a digital product around or using the keywords that people use to describe their problem. If you're trying to solve a problem that people don't know that they have, you're probably not going to be profitable. At least not at first, right? Or unless you have the money to educate people on this problem, then you will be able to be profitable if you're able to spend lots of money on like an education kind of campaign that teaches people about or makes people more aware of a problem that they have, and then you try to get people to invest in solving their problem with you. Unless you can do all that, then you want to solve a problem that people know that they have. Next, we're going to quickly go over how to sell your product, or what are some things that you're surface level, what are some things that you're going to need to sell your digital product. The first thing you're going to need to sell your digital product is a hosting platform. And by hosting platform, I mean you need somewhere for your product to live. Where are you going to store your digital product? Now, a hosting platform could be anything from the back end of your website, or if it's a Google Doc, it could be Google Docs, or it could be Google Drive. But yeah, you need somewhere for your product to live. So that's what I mean by hosting platform. The next thing you're going to need in order to sell this digital product and to actually make money online is you're going to need a landing page or a sales page. A landing page or a sales page. And a landing page is a brief one-page website that kind of prompts your customer or your clients or your prospects to buy your product. And we can get into more detail about that in a later video, but you're gonna need a landing page or a sales page. The next thing you're gonna need is a delivery method. Now, some systems have these things kind of built in to them, to have multiple of these things built into them. And so you can kind of play around with different systems, but you're going to need a delivery method. And by delivery method, I mean how is your customer going to receive their product once they purchase it? How are they going to receive their product once they purchase it? The next thing you're going to need in order to actually sell this digital product and make money online is going to be a payment processor. So the payment processor is going to be how you collect your money for your digital product. And the last thing you're going to need, and I feel like this is kind of the most important, well, all the things are important, but I feel like this is going to be the biggest thing on the list of things that you're going to need to sell your digital product, is a campaign or some sort of social media marketing strategy. You're going to need a strategy for how you are creating content or marketing and promotional materials around your product in order to get people to buy it, in order to get eyes on your product so that people want to spend money on it. So those are the things that you're going to need to sell your digital product. Just a quick recap. You're going to need a hosting platform. You're going to need a landing page or a sales page. You're going to need a delivery method, a payment processor, and then a social media strategy or a campaign that's designed for you to create content around selling your digital product. If you want some help with creating your digital product, or you're kind of stuck on how to get an idea for how to create a digital product, you can click the link in the description box of this video and you can download my digital product creator worksheet. It's completely free and it walks you through the process of how to create your first digital product idea. Or it doesn't have to be your first, but if you're a new entrepreneur like me, it might be your first. But it walks you through the process of how to create a digital product, and you can get that again by clicking the link in the description box of this video. So I hope that helped. I hope you got something out of this video. It was really fun recording it. And thank you so much for watching. If you made it all the way to the end, thank you. Like, comment, subscribe, and in the comment section, write some ideas that you have for your digital product, or what, if anything, in this video did I talk about that you want me to go more in depth on, and I can create a new video about that. So thank you so much for watching this video, and until next time, bye.